Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. Isn't it much better when my throat is clear? I can project better. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Happens to be my Central Divide shirt. Look at it. Or Central Disorder, sorry. I got it confused with another local band. Consume the Divide said, you see what happened. But, what is Central Disorder? There we go. What is Central Disorder? Central Disorder, as I just said, they are a local band of the heavy metal variety. I ran into these guys a few years ago. They were opening up for a show that I was at, and I actually had no experience with them prior. But they were one of those bands where, like, instantly I was into their stuff. And I was like, holy shit, these guys are really good. How have I not, And it wasn't even like they were brand new. Like, they'd been doing stuff for a little bit, just somehow our paths hadn't crossed up to that point. Thankfully, they did then, and they would eventually again. On top of that, I've made the acquaintance a little bit of some of the band members, specifically the lead singer, who's an extremely good dude. I got nothing but great things to say about these guys and the music they put out. I like them so much, I've actually got videos of their performances that I've attended. Those are on the channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. And if nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're an incredible band. But anyway, even if I accidentally got their name mixed up. What am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, hopefully this helps with my throat clearing issue, because I just got off of work a little while ago. And not only did I get off of work, which already kind of, cruds me up a little bit from working in the environment that I do, but then on top of that, I'm tired and I'm wore out, So, in the sake of the season and hopefully for the sake of my throat, I'm reviewing, boom! It's Starry. But it's not just any Starry, it is their zero sugar, lemon lime, cranberry Blizz, not Blitz, Blizz soda. So yes, we are getting close to, we're nearing Thanksgiving at the time I'm doing this, and then, of course, we've got the Christmas and other holiday season coming up, and so it's become kind of a thing for soda companies to put out, their own versions, like their cranberries and stuff like that, and Starry decided to do it, and they only did a zero sugar version, which I already don't like Starry very much anyway, but way to piss me off even more. But I do like to go into these reviews with a positive attitude, so maybe this will be the thing that changes my opinion of Starry. Not fucking expecting it, but let's do this, and we'll kind of do it like that. Let's try some zero sugar cranberry Starry. Why just the zero sugar? Why? Explain to me why. Doesn't smell that great. All right, let's give it a go. Okay. All right. Excuse me. This one starts better than it finishes. The initial flavor is actually pretty nice. It's got a nice crispness to it. Like, I think that's pretty accurate to say. When it starts off, I'm just trying to kind of take it in. Well, okay. It's not bad. Let me get that out of the way right now. There are things that I like about it. There's things that I feel are a little bit so-so on it, but uh, the it's nicely carbonated. I'll give it that. Again, I think that helps with that crispness that I was talking about. The flavor itself is not bad. It's lighter than I was expected with like the cranberry flavor, because you think like Sprite cranberry, which I have reviewed by the way. You can look it up. Um, it's got a nice punchy cranberry flavor to it. This, it's there. It's not like it's subtle, but it's just not as heavy as I was expecting. And some of that might just be the zero sugar aspect of it. Now, one thing I do have to give it credit for, the zero sugar aspect, although it is noticeable, it isn't actively abrasive. Like, I can pretty much get along with this, even though it's zero sugar. And that's one thing, lemon lime sodas, in my experience, they tend to work pretty well with the zero sugar stuff because they have that bold, kind of, crisp, refreshing flavor to them. The zero sugar stuff tends to have a harder time penetrating that. Whereas like colas and stuff, it's more noticeable. Yeah. I think the best thing about this, and this is going to sound a little bit mean, is that it kind of, to a certain extent, hides the fact that it's Starry. Famously, I reviewed Starry when it first came out, and of course, Starry replaced Sierra Mist. I will forever feel that that was a huge mistake, but I also understand that Starry is meant for a new generation of soda drinkers. That's fine. I have tried to get along with Starry. I have not succeeded. I don't like it very much. I don't think it's a great lemon lime soda. Um, but at least with this, I feel like the cranberry aspect, it gives it a little bit more personality, and it's not completely hiding the fact that it's Starry, but it's like, you know, great example, right? Let's say there's like, some douchebag who you don't really like very much, but then like one day, he comes in maybe at work or maybe out in the world or whatever, and he's like wearing a shirt for your favorite band. Like, yeah, you don't really like them all that much more, but like, yeah, at least a little bit, on a superficial level. That's what this is. The cranberry is basically the Nine Inch Nails shirt on top of Starry. But it's not bad. It is crisp. I do like the carbonation. The lemon lime aspect, I don't know. The way that they blended the cranberry and the lemon lime is just kind of interesting because it's not predominantly one or the other. It is blended, I don't know, nicely, but I kind of feel like neither one is really being allowed to shine. But I don't mind it at all. In fact, all things considered, it's actually a pretty nice drink. Like, as much as I'm kind of taking the piss out of it, but two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and kind of. I mean, I'll drink the rest of it without any problem. I would have liked it if I could have gone over there and just got it in a bottle, because on top of only being the zero sugar version, you can only get this in 2 liters or in 12 packs. You cannot get this in just a one-off fucking thing. Why, I have no idea. Some kind of jackassy... Whoever is in charge of the Starry stuff, they are just... They're batting well under 100, man. I don't know. At least from my personal experience. My personal opinion. But yeah, for me personally, like, I don't mind the drink, but if I want a cranberry lemon lime, I would go with Sprite, probably. But there's other options available too. Canada Dry does a cranberry. Schweppes does one, and that's what I'm going to be reviewing next. Maybe that'll be there. I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't hate it or anything, but like, I don't need a zero sugar version of it. I don't like the fact that I can only get it in 2 types of very dedicated packaging. Either I want a lot in a 2 liter or I want, a full 12 pack. I don't really need that. But it's not bad, and that's why if I'm recommending it, kind of. There's nothing bad about this. And I feel like if you're already a Starry drinker, and if that's the case, by the way, like, I'm not trying to shit on your drink or your taste or anything like that. If you enjoy it, that's great. Somebody's got to. It's not me. If you're already a Starry drinker, absolutely go in for this. You'll probably like it on some level. If you're like me, where you're not really a Starry fan, I don't think this is going to nudge you that way. But, like, again, I do like it more than normal Starry. But here's the thing. I have to kind of take this as a cranberry lemon lime drink, and it's like there's just better ones out there, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that I don't feel like there's a place for this. So if you want to give it a go, and especially ideally what you'd like to do is wait till somebody else buys the 12 pack and then ask if you can have one. But again, it's not a bad drink. Worst case scenario, if you don't like it all that much, you'll probably find somebody who will, because again, it's not a bad thing. And it's kind of, it's festive, I guess. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there yourselves a truly cranberry-tastic rest of your life. Because cranberries? Sure. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on Starry? Because, like, again, I understand it's not for me. That's fine. I just can't get along with it. I don't like the way the flavor works with it. But obviously there are fans of it, but, like, I'm really interested to kind of, other people's opinions on it, because I've talked with coworkers and stuff, and the general consensus seems to be that, yeah, they're not that big on it, but then again, they're all sort of within my age range, so I just, maybe we're just too old to enjoy it. If you enjoy Starry, please comment. I'd really like to hear, your personal take on it, and why you personally feel it's a nice beverage. But anyway,